Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 275, season 11. Today's date is November 14th, 2023, and welcome to the program. On today's show, I have two things to talk about. One is a product that a lot of people have forgotten, but it was very prominent in the Chicagoland area, was Snider's Catsup, not ketchup, Catsup. And I'll talk about a little history of that. And also I'll talk about my childhood memories of ice cream cake rolls. Oh, I could go for a piece of cake roll. So does everyone else. And this should be a lot of fun. It really will be. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Vivid Bleach. Okay. And here's a commercial from 1984. I remember this product. I remember the commercials too. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show. Thank you, everyone.
Whites with whites, colors with colors. You sort your laundry. Now sort your bleach. That's right. Regular bleach with whites, new Vivid liquid bleach with colors. Vivid color-safe, fabric-safe bleach is made especially for colors. Pour it on stains, then in with your detergent. Vivid safely removes stubborn stains and brightens colors. You sort your laundry, now sort your bleach. Regular bleach for whites and new Vivid liquid bleach for colors.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Vivid Colored Bleach. It was only around during the 1980s, but they don't make it anymore. But according to some websites, it's included in Tide detergent. I believe it is. So, well, I don't use Tide, to do the laundry. I use something else. So, it's very expensive. So, and it says Tide, includes Vivid bleach. So it's like, there was like other color bleaches. I think there was Clorox. They had color bleach, Borateam. I can't think of on top of my head, like Biz bleach or something like that. Guess it didn't last long. But I do remember the commercials. I used to watch them during the 80s, prime time. And the shows, like, the primetime soaps, like, for example, Dallas Dynasty, Knots Landing, Falcon Crest, and also the Thursday lineup. For example, like The Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, Night Court, Hill Street Blues, or LA Law. I saw these commercials. Also, it aired on the daytime, probably the daytime soaps, but it's so colorful. That's why they call it Vivid, I guess. Okay. At the top of the program, I mentioned what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Snider's Catsup and my childhood memories of ice cream cake rolls. Before I do, I'll mention a couple things. Number one, last episode, I talked about my visit to the Elmhurst History Museum. It's worth mentioning again. It was great, and they had a display of the lost Chicagoland department stores. And I recommended everyone to go visit. And after that, I've had a few comments from people, and they did go and they did buy the book, and they loved it. They really did, and they enjoyed it very much. Some people have already went there, and it was great. They had a couple of lectures which I forgot to register to attend, because the author Leslie Goddard spoke about it, but I wish I was there, but I missed it. So who knows? And the exhibit is open now. It opened in October 6th, and it's ending January 28th of next year. It'll be there. And like I said, what are they going to do with all this stuff? It's so beautiful, and a lot of photos, and the book, authored by her, is still available. You can pick it up wherever bookstores, order on Amazon if you like. It's a great book. I loved it. I read it twice already. So, and of course, I mentioned in there twice, so that's great. One is about Weebles, at Fort City. A lot of people that I grew up with during the 70s and 80s remember the store very well, the department store. And also, I mentioned Gately's People Store with the donut machine. So that was located in the basement. So that was kind of cool. All right. Second, today is like the 39th anniversary of me starting the travel business in a way. Well, I worked before a travel agency a couple months before, and I was only there for about 2 months. I was just temp. But what's very important about this date and where I worked was a start of my new career. I was in the travel business, and I got hired to work at the Kraft Foods. So they were located in Glenview, Illinois, and I was there for a temp. I was a ticket packager, and then I met everyone that I love dearly, that I've worked with, and I still talk to on Facebook to this day. And I was there for about like 8 months or so. Yeah, from like November of this date to June or something like that. I had to wait a few weeks, and then I got hired to work at American Express Travel in Rolling Meadows. And I was there for about 12 years. The commute was brutal, not at first, but it was brutal at the end. But I loved working there. It was crazy. I could write a book about this place, of what I did. It's amazing, and the people were great. The work was hard, but because it was too much, it was overwhelming. But it was fun. We went on trips, together, and I got vacation, went to a lot of vacations. Traveling was great, but when you get older, you're like, ugh, you don't want to go anywhere. Not really. Not all the time. You can go once a year or maybe twice. But I went all the time, mostly on weekends, sometimes by myself or with people. I visit a lot of places, and I still miss it to this day. I still miss the business, but if someone would ask me to go back, I would say no. I don't want to go back to that life again. It's too chaotic. I just can't, I got to concentrate on my health. That's very important. We'll see. Maybe I'll go do part-time, but no, I don't see that happening. And I got laid off at February 2007. After that, I worked briefly at a place. It's like a host travel agency, but I got laid off. So then got harder, and then I got discouraged. And then like down the road, I started my Facebook page, Chicago Extinct Businesses, which later turned into Van Chicagoland, and the rest is history. So I'm enjoying every minute of that page, and I'm very blessed from my followers, my family. It's wonderful, and now the podcast. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's get started on the fun. First, I will talk about Snider's Catsup. When I was a kid, I remember seeing ads about this place, and I heard people mention about this place. And I'm like, what is this place? I mean, what is this product? I never heard it. When you see ketchup, the first thing that comes to mind is Heinz, and it's one of the most popular ketchups. And there were other brands. Of course, there was Hunt's, still around, Del Monte. Over the years, my mother has bought ketchup for me and my family, and mostly it's Heinz, but she has bought Hunt's and Del Monte, and they're all good. They really are. Heinz is very good. Is the best, and but this particular brand of Snider's that is, uh, actually it's not a Chicago based company. It was based in Cincinnati. So, and it was founded by a man. His name was Thomas A. Snider. It was founded in 1879. And they had, let's see, they had the plants and the headquarters. One was in, of course, Cincinnati, and one in Chicago. Yeah, they had that at one time. They did. I don't know where it was located. No, I couldn't find anything. If someone does, let me know. And then so in Chicago, it was there from 1913 to 1943. And it changed, and then the company changed to the Snider Packing Corporation in 1927. And then on June 23rd, 1943, it merged with General Foods. We all know from Jell-O. And the brand name was acquired by Hunt's Foods in 1953. Imagine that. So it's like a competition like that. And they also, not only they made just catsup, they also made pork and beans, which I love pork and beans. It's good. But the product was still around, and it was sold in many grocery stores during that time in Chicago. Like, for example, Jewel, National, High-Low, Eagle Foods. What else? Dominic's. No, maybe Dominic's. I'm not sure. Either independent grocery stores. I don't know if A&P did, or IGA, all kinds of those type of grocery stores. And I was looking through the internet and checking all the ads, and I never had this product because it was discontinued probably in the late 50s or early 60s. So I wasn't born yet. I wish I did. And so it was, I guess it was absorbed by Hunt's, and then they just got rid of the name of it like that. And wow, that's kind of cool. But I guess it was very popular product in the early 20th century. I'm sure they did radio commercials, advertisements in newspapers, magazines, like that. So right now I'm going to play a commercial for Snider's Catsup. This is from the 1950s, mid 1950s. Features Satan. No, it's a double. Well, it's a guy in a devil's costume. I found this on YouTube, and this particular ketchup, the flavor ketchup that is, is kind of spicy. It's kind of hot. It has chili peppers. Ooh, I don't like chili peppers. Nah, nothing hot. I have to drink a gallon of milk just to get through like 2 bites or anything hot like that. So here's the commercial for Snider's Ketchup. Just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back for a little more information about this product. Okay? Thank you, everyone.
For those who like it hotter, here's a brand new kind of catsup, Snider's Catsup. Snider's Catsup is deliciously different, and the difference is the flavor of chili peppers. What a delicious difference they make. Try Snider's. You'll like it. Snider's Catsup always gives your meals a bright new lift, but never bites your tongue. Ask your grocer for Snider's Catsup, the catsup with the chili pepper flavor. Snider's, for those who like it hotter.
Llévate más de lo que esperas todos los días con el nuevo McValue en McDonald's. Ahora puedes comprar uno y sumarle otro por $1. Así que cuando tu equipo favorito enfrente a sus rivales, enfrenta tus antojos con $5 Meal Deals. Y si estás corriendo para alcanzar el desayuno, corre a la para llevarte ofertas antes del cutoff. Tú decides, y con McValue, tu decisión siempre rinde más. Precios y participación pueden variar. BOGO $1 válido para un producto de igual o menor valor. Debe estar registrado en Rewards para ofertas en el app.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Snider's Catsup. Catsup. Okay, the company was, I don't know if I mentioned this before. It was, the company's name was called T.A. Snider Preserve Company. Of course, the founder's name was Thomas A. Snider in Cincinnati, Ohio. So, let's see. So, like I said, there were other locations of the plants were not just Chicago and Ohio. They were also in Florida, Indiana, and Kentucky. Yeah. So that's it. As for ketchup, I love ketchup. You know, I love it on a hamburger. What else do I put in it? Yeah, a hamburger. Not fries. Not crazy about that. You know, I like unsalted for me. Gotta watch it. Of course, there's a big debate. I put it in a hot dog. Oh God, I hate that. Somebody or somewhere started this on the internet years ago, and it said it's bad for you to put ketchup on a hot dog. Well, you know what? I like it on a hot dog with mustard and onions. It is delicious. It is the most wonderful thing, one of the most wonderful things in the world to eat, you know, but I don't know. Listen, if somebody doesn't like it, too bad. I like what I like, and I'll eat what I want, you know. No, you don't need to be dictated by people that you don't even know that they're telling you. It's ridiculous, you know. I just ignore the haters. I always say that. Ignore the haters. Just enjoy life. You know, you only live once. Okay. That's my advice to people. Okay. Next, excuse me, I'm going to talk about my childhood memories of ice cream cake rolls. Oh, I miss this so much. And I bet a lot of people do. And I've had this when I was a little boy. My mother would buy it for special occasions, mostly birthdays or people when they come over. She would have something like that in the freezer, you know, and she would take it out and let it thaw out a bit, and then she would slice up, slice it up and hand it out to all of us. You know, sometimes she bought two, I guess, yeah, maybe. But you know, what's great about the ice cream cake rolls is like when I posted this yesterday on Facebook, a lot of people loved the way how they ate it or what they added on. Like, for example, whipped cream, Hershey's chocolate syrup, and maybe another scoop of ice cream. Oh, that's a lot, but that sounds good. And in the old days, there was a company called Newlywed Foods, and that was incorporated in 1932. And it was known then as Newlywed's Baking Company. And I got the photo of the wrapper, and I put that on my podcast episode. A lot of people remember that, and that was a big hit, a huge hit back in the old days. So cake rolls were they're great. You know, you have a combination of cake and ice cream. and it's like a huge ho ho like that, and also Little Debbie Swiss rolls like that. They're almost similar like that. They didn't have ice cream; they just had cream filling, so that was the difference. Um, so Newlywed Baking Company changed the name, and it's called Newlywed Foods. They're still around. They have a company around the Logan Square neighborhood, I think, or in the northwest side of Chicago. Excuse me. Anyway, so my memories, I mentioned a memory of that with my mom serving at birthday parties and all that. And she used to buy this product when we lived in South Shore neighborhood, probably at Hilo Foods, or my uncle's grocery store, or Jewel. They had that. Maybe National. She didn't shop National, not much. And then later on, when we moved to Roseland in the early 1970s, she bought it at A&P or the local grocery store or the National that was 115th Street and Roseland Plaza. She would, or at Jewel, and she would go to the ice cream section. And I remember the box. I forgot the brand name. It was like pink, white, or blue, like that. And it was multicolored, like on each side of the box. And it shows the cake roll, and that was so pretty, like that. And I get excited when she brought that home, or I had no clue that she had it in the freezer, and she would bring it out and we would have some like that. And she continued that almost when we were adults, when she would go shopping and she would pick up a cake roll. These days, you don't find them in the stores, which is pretty bizarre. Dean's Foods makes them too for a while. I don't know if they make them anymore. I have not seen it. I have not seen it at all. That was maybe up to a few years ago. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess I don't know, but a couple places make them. Like for example, Baskin Robbins. They do make cake rolls, and I think what they do is. It's like a cake roll, but they put like a chocolate covering or like frosting or something like that. Or I think you either request that or they have it in the freezer already. I'm not sure. I remember someone mentioned Walgreens used to make this, which I believe it. In the old days, they have great ice cream. I haven't had Walgreens ice cream in a long time, but I remember that. We should talk about that someday. But cake rolls, my favorite way of eating a cake roll was like you take a little bite and then you just scrape off the ice cream and you take a spoon, just eat it, and then you take a fork and just eat the cake. That's when I was a kid, not as an adult. No, you would just eat that, and it's a great dessert. It really is, and maybe someday it'll come back. It'll be available to everyone and everywhere. So, and then it's a fun dessert. I don't know if the younger generation would like that. They like something a little more interesting. well, that's them, not me. So I get it. I really do. And so, I after I talk about this, I have a hankering for it, and a lot of people, even people older than me, they miss this product. They really do, and it's a Chicagoland favorite, and I guess it fell out of popularity, but that's a shame. Not to me or other people. No, 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 no. We want it back. Okay. So that's it for this episode. Kind of short, but that's okay. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about Snider's Catsup and my childhood memories of ice cream cake rolls in Chicago. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, also Breaker, Overcast. Someone told me I listened to you on the iHeartRadio. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if I'm on Sirius satellite radio. Probably not. I don't know. I'm not signed up to that. Well, we'll see. Also, be available on my blog, vanchicagoland.blog. You can listen there. Also, once again, it'll be on my YouTube channel, Van Chicagoland Stories. If you just hit subscribe, you'll get a notification of the latest episode. And people ask me, where's your podcast? Where's your podcast? Where can I listen? I always recommend YouTube. That's easier. Just go to YouTube, do a search of Van Chicagoland Stories. You will find it. And just hit subscribe. You'll get the latest episode. You can also listen to previous episodes if you like, if you have time. Also, it'll be posted on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, and Reddit. Also on LinkedIn. Isn't that funny? So also, this is the last episode of the season, and this is coming up this weekend. Will be season 12 with episode 276. I'll let everyone know that it's coming in the coming days. So I'm excited. 275 episodes. That's quite a feat. It really is. Well, for me, it is. I don't know about other people. Some podcasts don't last that long. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see. I will continue to do so as long as I'm around, and if I run out of topics, I'll just talk about them again. It's as simple as that. Okay. Yeah, so I will do another podcast episode this weekend, and we'll see. Okay, I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. All right, this is Pete Stein, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. It's a beautiful day. The sky is blue, and weather is very cooperative. It's in the 60s. Maybe I'll do a little walking. Maybe. We'll see. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music with Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.